Gemini, the quick-witted twins of the zodiac, embodies an irresistible energy that intrigues and captivates people from all walks of life. Known for their adaptability, intellectual spark, and boundless curiosity, Geminis have a unique ability to connect with others on multiple levels. They easily adapt to new situations, shift conversational gears in an instant, and absorb knowledge with a sponge-like efficiency. These traits, combined with Gemini's charm and humor, often inspire both admiration and envy in those around them. But what exactly makes Gemini so enviable? Is it their uncanny ability to handle diverse social circles, or their knack for turning every gathering into a lively debate? Perhaps it's their infectious enthusiasm for learning, or the way they effortlessly switch between roles and responsibilities without missing a beat. In this extensive exploration, we'll uncover the many facets that contribute to Gemini's status as one of the most envied zodiac signs. A dualistic history, the symbolism behind the twins. The symbol of Gemini, represented by the twins, traces back to Greek mythology, Castor and Pollux, who were said to share an unbreakable bond. One was mortal, the other immortal, and together they braved countless adventures. Their story underscores themes of duality, unity, and loyalty, core aspects of Gemini's essence. This dual nature explains Gemini's ability to experience multiple perspectives at once, switching from serious scholar to playful prankster in the blink of an eye. Historically, cultures worldwide have acknowledged the power of twins as a symbol of harmony and balance within opposites. This concept resonates deeply with Geminis. They are constantly balancing contrasting qualities: logic versus emotion, spontaneity versus strategy, extroversion versus introspection, and managing to harmonize them in ways that few can replicate. 1. Adaptability. Masters of change. Geminis thrive on change, often viewing it as an opportunity rather than a threat. Whether it's starting a new job, moving to a different city, or diving into a fresh hobby, Geminis greet the unknown with open arms. Their flexible nature allows them to pivot swiftly, making them invaluable teammates in fast-paced environments. Take Alicia, a Gemini software engineer who mastered 3 programming languages in a single year. When asked how she managed such a feat, she casually explained that learning new things energizes her. She can't imagine life without constant mental stimulation. For many onlookers, this capacity to adapt and excel under ever-shifting circumstances is nothing short of enviable. 2. Quick wit. Conversation starters extraordinaire. If you've ever watched a Gemini breeze through a conversation, weaving humor and insight in equal measure, you know how captivating the sign can be. Geminis possess a naturally quick wit, enabling them to turn even the simplest banter into a memorable exchange. Imagine Ethan, a Gemini radio host, who keeps audiences engaged with his clever comebacks and lively commentary. He never seems to run out of things to say or fresh angles to explore. Those who envy Geminis often wish they could think on their feet as effortlessly, transforming mundane chatter into sparkling repartee. 3. Curiosity unleashed. A thirst for knowledge. At the heart of every Gemini lies a relentless appetite for learning. They devour books, documentaries, and podcasts across a dizzying array of topics: science, politics, pop culture, art, technology, always hungry for more information. This trait often grants Geminis a broad base of knowledge, making them fascinating conversationalists and well-informed friends. Mia, a Gemini linguistic student, taught herself 3 additional languages for fun. She's equally at home discussing the latest breakthroughs in space exploration or dissecting plot twists in a cult classic film. This insatiable curiosity can stoke envy in those who struggle to muster even a fraction of Gemini's intellectual stamina. 4. Effortless sociability. Connectors across circles. Gemini's ease in social situations is legendary. They flit from one circle to another, seamlessly adjusting their tone and topics of conversation to match the vibe. This skill is partly due to their dualistic nature. Geminis can be playful and lighthearted one moment, analytical and serious the next. Picture Leah, a Gemini marketing coordinator who's equally at ease chatting about avant-garde art at a gallery opening and discussing basketball stats with sports enthusiasts. Her friends joke that she's the ultimate social chameleon. While this capacity for social adaptation garners respect, it can also spark envy among those who feel awkward or anxious in mixed company settings. 5. Intellectual versatility. Jacks of all trades. A common myth says, jack of all trades, master of none, but Geminis often challenge that notion. Their mental agility and genuine curiosity empower them to achieve surprising mastery across a range of fields, though they do sometimes struggle with focusing on just one pursuit for too long. This wide-spanning talent, however, makes Geminis formidable problem solvers. Consider Marcus, a Gemini who started his career in graphic design before pivoting to photography, then dove headlong into web development. While some might label him indecisive, his resume paints a picture of a multi-talented individual with a knack for finding unexpected connections between creative pursuits. It's easy to see why others might envy someone who can learn and relearn with such apparent ease. 6. Zest for variety, embracing the new. Boredom is a word Geminis seldom use. They thrive on novelty and excitement, often seeking out fresh experiences to keep life vibrant. From spontaneous weekend getaways to experimenting with exotic cuisines, Geminis rarely hesitate to explore the untried. Oliver, a Gemini traveler, spent a year globetrotting with only a backpack and a modest budget. He hopped from remote Thai beaches to bustling European capitals, connecting with locals in each new place through shared stories and experiences. His spirit of adventure, fueled by constant curiosity, leaves others wishing they, too, could shatter their comfort zones with equal aplomb. 7. Communication prowess, words as a superpower. Ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, Geminis are wordsmiths, adept at expressing themselves in speech and writing. They articulate ideas with clarity and flair, often making them exceptional writers, public speakers, or mediators. Take Sophia, a Gemini columnist whose persuasive editorials have a knack for making readers reconsider deeply held opinions. Her writing style is simultaneously analytical and entertaining. That blend of depth and wit is so compelling that readers often find themselves devouring every word. For those who struggle to articulate complex ideas, Gemini's linguistic finesse can be an object of deep envy. 8. Playful spirits, injecting fun into everyday life. Geminis approach life as though it's an ever-evolving game, complete with puzzles to solve and joys to discover. They often lighten the mood with spontaneous bursts of humor or unexpected insights. This playful streak keeps them young at heart, no matter their age. Peyton, a Gemini teacher, keeps her students engaged through interactive lessons, pop quizzes, and even a bit of friendly competition. While some might find her approach unorthodox, her students flourish in an environment that values curiosity and creativity above rote memorization. Observers might envy her ability to transform a dull day into an adventure. 9. Dual perspectives, seeing both sides of the coin. The dual symbolism of Gemini grants them a perspective that's simultaneously broad and nuanced. They excel at considering multiple angles of a single issue, making them excellent mediators and debaters. Rather than taking a one-sided stance, Geminis prefer a balanced exploration of possibilities. This nuanced approach can be witnessed in Marie, a Gemini lawyer who deftly weighs pros and cons in complex legal cases. By anticipating counterarguments, she stays one step ahead. While some find Gemini's ability to switch viewpoints dizzying, others envy the wisdom it brings. After all, seeing two sides of every coin often leads to a more informed and empathetic outlook. 10. Boundless creativity, innovative ideas at every turn. Geminis are rarely short on fresh concepts. Their minds operate at full speed, generating ideas that blend practicality with inventiveness. In group projects, they're the ones proposing out-of-the-box strategies, sometimes so far out of the box that people wonder how they even got there. Witness Adam, a Gemini startup founder who revolutionized an old industry by integrating cutting-edge technology and novel marketing tactics. Whenever his team hits a creative wall, Adam swoops in with a wave of new possibilities. People envy this seemingly bottomless well of creativity, particularly when they struggle to brainstorm even a single alternative. 11. Sociable networkers, fostering lasting connections. Geminis have an uncanny ability to build vast social networks. Their innate curiosity about people, what makes them tick, their personal stories, their passions, helps Geminis forge genuine bonds. Because of this, they often have friends from diverse backgrounds, professions, and cultures. Yasmin, a Gemini humanitarian, set up a global pen pal network that encourages people from different countries to exchange letters and cultural insights. The project bloomed into a massive community, reflecting Yasmin's skill in connecting strangers who soon became friends. For those who struggle to expand their social circles, Gemini's ease in forging meaningful relationships can be a true point of envy. 12. Resilience through reinvention, always looking forward. The mutable nature of Gemini grants them a resilience rooted in adaptability. When life throws curveballs, Geminis are quick to recalibrate. If one path becomes blocked, they pivot onto another, carrying forward lessons from the setback. This ability to bounce back is a hallmark of the twin sign. Consider Jordan, a Gemini whose first business venture failed spectacularly. Instead of wallowing in defeat, Jordan spent a few months traveling, reflecting, and educating himself in a new field. He returned with renewed vigor, launching a second startup that thrived. While others might remain paralyzed after a big failure, Geminis tend to view such events as stepping stones, inspiring envy among those who feel less equipped to handle abrupt change. Deep dives: Gemini in relationships, careers, and personal growth. Gemini in love and friendship. In romantic relationships, Geminis bring excitement and intellectual engagement. They adore verbal sparring and playful banter, ensuring conversations never grow stale. On the flip side, they can sometimes struggle with consistency, needing a partner who respects their need for variety and mental stimulation. Friendships with Geminis are rarely dull. They're the pals who will ring you up at midnight with an invitation to an impromptu road trip or an urgent debate on the latest internet phenomenon. Loyal and attentive, Geminis might not always remain in constant contact, thanks to their busy minds, but they show up in meaningful ways when needed most. Gemini in the workplace. Professionally, Geminis excel in roles that demand communication, creativity, and problem-solving. Think journalism, marketing, teaching, counseling, or design. They can juggle multiple tasks with relative ease, maintaining a buzzing mental checklist. Colleagues often rely on Gemini's fresh ideas to spark new directions or liven up stale initiatives. However, the flip side is that Geminis can lose interest if a job becomes too routine. The best career paths for them feature variety, autonomy, and ongoing intellectual challenges. Envious onlookers might wish for even half of Gemini's capacity to adapt to new roles and responsibilities without breaking a sweat. Personal growth: navigating the Gemini complexity. Being born under the sign of the twins can be both a blessing and a challenge. Geminis may wrestle with indecision, torn between different interests or even different facets of their identity. Yet, this same duality is also their greatest strength. It fuels their curiosity, empathy, and creativity. For Geminis looking to mature further, learning to ground their expansive energies can be transformative. Practices like journaling, meditation, or regular goal setting can help them stay focused on key objectives, even as they explore side passions. By striking a balance between variety and consistency, Geminis can harness their innate gifts to achieve extraordinary outcomes. Conclusion: the ever-fascinating Gemini. What ultimately makes Gemini so enviable is their dynamic blend of curiosity, intellect, and spontaneity, traits that enable them to thrive in countless settings. They're the Zodiac's perpetual explorers, fueling discussions with sharp wit and connecting with people through genuine interest. Their unquenchable desire to learn and experience keeps them youthful and adaptable, traits others often admire but find challenging to replicate. Above all, Gemini embodies the belief that life is too vast and diverse to be approached with a singular mindset. By embracing their multifaceted nature, Geminis not only broaden their own horizons, but also inspire those around them to venture beyond their comfort zones. In a world that often encourages specialization and narrow focus, Gemini's boundless curiosity and adaptability stand out as truly enviable attributes, reminding us that there's always more to discover and learn.